Welcome to Night Screams Reviews. Today we are looking at Transformers Studio Series, the movie, Megatron. Let's address those air quotes. This is a fantastic figure. I'm going to come right out and say that. I being a child of G1, have certain things that I like. It's not certain things I don't like. I do tend to move towards the G1 things. That being said, thematically, I think that Megatron is better served as a tank than a gun. In all aspects except for one. This one. The idea of Studio Series is that we have as screen accurate as possible renditions of the characters. And like robot mode, absolutely. This thing is amazing. But in the movie, he turned into a modified Walther P-38 that looks like this. This comes from a reissue of G1 Starscream. The handle pops off. This pops in the handle. There's a tab on the bottom where the handle pops onto that. It looks stupid when he holds it like that, but it looks like G1 Megatron. More so than this one. Just the way his hands are built, the clearance between the peg and the trigger don't really make it so you can hold it very well. But no, I think Megatron's better as a tank. Animated Megatron is my favorite G1-esque Megatron. But that being said, this one should have been a gun. But Evan said that they couldn't legally do it. Yes and no. I studied gun laws for every single what I thought was relevant country. The top ones being the U.S. because U.S. and Japan, because that is where the parent companies are located, and China, where a lot of Hasbro's manufacturing happens at. Until I got this one, and I looked at the box, and it said "Made in Vietnam." Vietnam's toy gun laws are that they can't exist. You cannot have anything that even resembles a firearm in Vietnam. So, could Hasbro legally have made this? Yes, they would have just had to use one of their other manufacturing plants. Ones that in a country where you can make it. China, it just can't shoot anything that will break through newspaper. Japan, be made of materials and in a way so that it could not be modified to shoot live ammunition. And U.S. clearly highly visible markings indicating that it is not a real firearm. The Decepticon symbol would have been enough. There's also not one person who was calling for a gun Megatron that would have said, well, I don't want it because it's got an orange barrel tip. That wouldn't have happened. Hasbro chose to manufacture it in Vietnam, so that is why we couldn't legally have it. I'm still hoping that Takara will release a Generation Selects of a modern G1 Megatron that turns into something that resembles this modified Walther P-38. That is what a huge portion of your fan base wants, that including myself, even though I think that Megatron as a whole serves better as a tank. I've got a replica or a reissue of the G1, It is a highly flawed figure, but it is one I always wanted as a kid. That being said, this is amazing. Like, yeah, it has some flaws. I wish they would have kept the making it so that the barrel of the fusion cannon slid down between the robot and tank mode. I think that would have made it look a little bit better. Not horrible in hand, just not perfect. I wish they would have given him something that looked more like his G1 sword that came with his that came with the original. Actually, the Siege sword is pretty close. I wish they would have had him come with his mace weapon. Optimus came with his axe. It's only fair the Megatron should have come with his mace. Hopefully the DNA kit will have these changes. The laser sword's okay, but yeah, it's just okay. The mini gun is like okay, kind of cool. I just wish they would have made it look more like this. All right, for comparisons, here is G1 Megs. Like I said, figure is highly flawed, and I would have loved to have seen like an updated version of this. This one I just never put the stickers on this one. Probably eventually do it one of these days. Here is Siege. This is specifically the Netflix 2-pack that came with the purple Paleo Trex. I think Skelevor was what it was called. And the gun weapon from my Legacy Soundwave. Here he is with his shorter future self, which I need to get the DNA kit for this so that he has a little bit of height. From my thumbnail, you can see that he sits on the chair really nicely. Soundwave, glad we're getting a new one that's going to be a little bit bigger. Hopefully, like right like that. And Starscream, again, should be like that. And his eternal nemesis, Optimus Prime. They look really good together. On screen, yeah, Megatron definitely looks taller. In hand, in person, it is not nearly as noticeable. They scale really well together. And just because I can, here he is with World's Smallest Megatron. He calls him Mini-Me. All right, so accessories. He's got his fusion cannon. He's got his Mini Meg blaster. He's got his laser sword. And he's got his tank barrel extender. I wish they've got this one hole right here that is not on the other side. I wish they would have made it so that you could plug this in here. The hole is way too big for it. But just to bring that gun barrel placement from the original figure in. That would have been a nice touch. So gun barrel, that side of his back, right next to a little slot for the mini mag. Foot just came unplugged. Both of them, there we go. And the sword is a very tight fit. That is fun. That just popped out of the measuring peg. I'll have to fix that in a minute. You can't just slide it in because of the hilt, so you gotta put it into his hand, which means that few figures can actually hold onto it. They have to have opening hands, like he does. All right, the hand popped out, but it's on ball joint, so it was really quick to easy pop back in. Articulation, he's got his head on a ball joint. Can look up, look down. Do a full 360. Shoulders 360, can go out 90 degrees. Forward and backward butterfly from the transformation joint. I wish they would have found a way to like make these more secure. I got him pulled out a little bit just to give him better shoulder width. That looks, because otherwise his arms just look like they're just pushed into his chest rather than like next to his chest. Hip skirts can flip out. They can also flip to the back for transformation, and you can keep them back there if you want to have a cleaner waist. Elbows can go a little over 90 degrees. Bicep swivel. Hand swivel. Same articulate hands that Prime has. Waist rotation. You can cheat an ab crunch by unpegging this. And then he has a full backwards ab crunch. Or not ab crunch, but backwards ab. No forward ab crunch. Let's get those out of the way. Right. Legs can go out. Forward, back, knees a little over 90, thigh rotation with that double mushroom peg, ankle rocker, toes can go way up. Down a little bit using that transformation joint. All in all, very solid figure. Like, this is an amazing chug Megatron. This, if you just need a Megatron for your collection, like this is it. Most of us are going to keep him in robot mode anyway. This is what he's going to look like. Fits in on your shelf really nicely, especially if you have him sitting in the Decepticon throne, because then he's not going to tower over everyone like he does right now. And here he is with a modern combiner. All right. Some of what they've done with tank mode, I like how they integrated the fusion cannon. I think that it's not a perfect tank. Some of the stuff, like especially the legs, they've just got black black magic in the engineering, because yeah, though, like these legs, other than like a little bit of tread on the back, like this is like the entire bottom of the tank mode right here, just right here, and it's tucked into the calves and toes. How they handle like this right here with the forearm, like so you don't slide it up, which gives it a more secure arm placement. Like, that is really good engineering. Like the designers definitely like worked hard on this one. Like I will not deny that. There are some things I don't like on it, and I'm like looking at it as at this point as just the Chug Megatron rather than a Studio Series 86 or Studio Series the movie Megatron, because he's not. But he is an amazing figure. And exactly what your Chug Megatron should be. So on the bottom of the skirts is a little slot that this tab goes into. So just kind of hold everything in place. Keep it all nice and neat. Like, look at that. All of that came from this. Those two tabs slot in together. Big hole right there, big tab right there. Bunch of tabs and pegs and holes to all line up. Just like, look how nicely that all tucks in. There we go. All nice and tight. That just clips on the back. Much sturdier turret connection than on Megatronus. And as a tank, he doesn't look bad. Not perfect. Bring this down a little bit. But not bad. It does have some visible gaps. I would have just liked, personally, I would have just liked the turret part to be more cohesive rather than just like look like two arms holding the cannon, which that's what I see. But it's not horrible. What is horrible is the turret's rotation. And I haven't found a way to centralize where it rotates from. So if any of you like know a way, like let me know, because that is my biggest pet peeve with him. As far as just being a chug Megatron. Is he blast effect compatible for his gun barrel? I have not tried this out yet, so we are finding out together. I would hope so. Oh yeah, definitely blast effect compatible. Now let's see the fusion cannon. Smaller diameter blast effects, yes. Although you would think that they would make it so that his big weapon can shoot out a big blast. Because everyone knows, like, this is Megatron's main weapon. What about the mini megs? Yeah, that one's blast effect compatible too. So hopefully the DNA kit will also have something that would make it so you can put blast effects in the fusion cannon. So this has been the review of Studio Series of the movie Megatron. If you want a Chug Megatron to go with your 86 Optimus, go for it. If you're a Megatron fan, buy this. You will not be disappointed. Like I said, this is an amazing figure. And this is coming from someone who so vehemently wanted a gun Megatron. I still do. But as far as like a Megatron to fit in with the rest of my Chug collection, because that's what the majority of my collection is Chug. This thing is phenomenal. I got mine from Hasbro Pulse, but you should be able to find them at any brick and mortar or online retailer. Does not look like he's selling out anytime soon. So until next time, this is an Ice Cream signing out.